dear students of class 9. Today we are going to start our new chapter of civics, that is chapter number 2, fundamental rights and duties. Okay, we have already learned in the first chapter of civics that fundamental rights and duties, these are also the features of our Indian constitution. Okay, so let's begin with the topic first fundamental rights, and then we will discuss about fundamental duties. So fundamental rights actually are the fundamental freedom and liberty of mankind, yes, that allow them dignity and respect. Yes, it means that if we have certain rights, then we have respect, and then we are just dignified. Yes, it means that without fundamental rights, a human being cannot be treated with respect. We cannot have dignity. Yes, so it is very important, and that's why it is granted to every citizen. Yes. Next thing about fundamental right is that actually it is given for our all-round development. Yes. So we can say here that fundamental rights ensure the all-round development of a human being. Yes, we can also say that a human being is considered a human only they have right. If we have no rights, then we cannot be considered as human beings. We are just like the animals. Yes, like we can say in whatever manner we just want to treat with the animals, we treat them with them. So in lack of fundamental rights, the powerful persons, the rulers, can also treat with us in the same way as we treat with the animals. So that's why we can say that actually the fundamental rights makes us a human being. Yes. So there are many fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights actually, and we will discuss in this chapter one by one in detail. Okay. So only we are taking the names of these 6 fundamental rights, that is right to equality, right to freedom, then right to religion, cultural and educational rights, then right against exploitation, and the last one, the 6th one, is right against right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so there are 6 fundamental rights. It is just written in our constitution in part 3. Okay, so part 3 of our constitution deals with the fundamental rights, and from article 12 to 35 there are 395 articles. So from 12 to 35 there are explanation of these fundamental rights. Yes, and the source for our fundamental rights we have already studied in class 8 about the Bill of Rights in England. We have also read about the Bill of Citizens' Right of America. Yes, then in 1789 the Declaration of Rights in France. Yes, so these are the sources from where we have taken our fundamental rights. Yes, so we have discussed about the fundamental rights. One very important thing is that the fundamental rights are justificable. It means that we have the right to preserve, to protect our fundamental rights. Yes, the last fundamental rights, that is right to constitutional remedies. Actually, this right protects our all fundamental rights. Yes, if someone is trying to just take away our fundamental rights, if anyone is not giving our these fundamental rights, in that case we have the power, we have the right that we can go to the court, and court issues there are many kinds of writs. Yes, five actually writs are there, and they are just made to protect, to preserve our fundamental rights. Yes, so these are justificable, because without fundamental rights we cannot progress. We have seen the importance, we have discussed the importance of fundamental rights in the beginning, so that's why it is very very essential to protect our fundamental rights. Okay, next thing we are going to discuss about fundamental duties. Okay, so by 42nd amendment 1976, by 42nd amendment 1976, we have included fundamental duties in our constitution. Yes, and the part 4 of our constitution deals with the fundamental duties, and there is one article 51A. Yes, let me ensure once again that is fundamental duty. Okay, sorry, okay, it was correct. So 51A article deals with our fundamental duties. Yes, so part 4 article 51A, just one article is for fundamental duties, and at that time there were 10 fundamental duties were given, were supposed to follow by the citizens. Later on, one more fundamental duty was added in our constitution, and now the total number of fundamental duties are 11. Yes, the next thing is that what is the source of our fundamental duties. So we have taken this from the constitution of Russia. Yes, so by the constitution of Russia, from the constitution of Russia we have taken fundamental duties. So what are the different importances of fundamental duties, like fundamental rights we have discussed? So we have discussed it in previous topic also, and once again I am saying that rights and duties go hand in hand. Yes, if someone is giving us, if our country is giving us some rights, yes, then the country also suppose from us to perform certain duties towards our country. Yes, towards our nation, and that's why it goes, both rights and duties go hand in hand. Without fulfilling our duties, we are not supposed to ask for the fundamental rights. Okay, suppose take the example, like we have certain duties towards our parents. Okay, whatever they say we must have to follow, we must have to obey to the words of our parents, and then only we can ask for something to our parents. Yes, if we are doing certain duties for our nation, then only we are supposed to ask for our fundamental rights from our country, from our government to our constitution. Yes. So without performing the duties, I don't think that anyone will grant us right. Yes. In this way, we can say that rights and duties go hand in hand, and both are essential. Okay, both actually makes a human being a perfect human. We can say when when any individual will perform duties and will enjoy the fundamental rights, then he can be a disciplined citizen for a country and of a country, and then our country will be developed, progress. Yes, our society, our family will be progressed when we just perform all these two fundamental rights and duties. Okay, so about these things we have to read in our chapter number 2, and we will discuss one by one the fundamental rights. Yes, and we will discuss also what are our fundamental duties. So these are very important. We must know our rights. Yes, and if we do not know our rights, just think anyone can just misuse their power. Okay, the government and the illiterate people, actually they don't know what are their rights, and in just because of unawareness, just because of unconsciousness, we just fail to achieve our fundamental rights, and thus we are being exploited by a powerful person, a rich person, or by the government. Okay, so we should know our fundamental rights, and we should also know our fundamental duties. Okay, because without ensuring this, the purpose will not be served. Yes, and we must actually protect our rights. Yes, because it is our right, it is granted by the constitution, and no one has the power to take away our fundamental rights. And that's why the political science, the civics is being taught. It is not taught just to write the answers in the exam and to just get the marks. All subjects actually are being taught to make you aware of different things, and civics deals with the constitution. Yes, and the rules and regulations like rights. When we will know about our rights, then we can just raise our voice against any kind of exploitation. Yes, we can just protect ourselves if anyone trying to snatch our fundamental rights. And sometimes it happens, the police, the powerful persons, they just do in many organizations also. They are always supposed to take away our rights. Yes, so if we are a conscious and aware citizen of country, then only we can protect our fundamental rights. So it is very, very important chapter, and I think you must read this chapter very well, and you will always be remembering that what are the rights and duties of yours. So till then, goodbye. Thank you.